The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Ambassador Kethvar of the Zephyrian Empire finished his presentation. The holographic display showed Earth's cultural exports, and the alien dignitary's mandibles clicked in what his species considered amusement. "Observe, fellow council members," Kethvar announced, his voice carrying across the vast amphitheater filled with representatives from 47 different species. "The humans call this music." He gestured dismissively at the floating audio waveforms. "Primitive rhythmic noise, chaotic frequencies that serve no logical purpose." A ripple of what could generously be called laughter echoed from the assembled aliens. The crystalline hegemony's representative chimed like broken glass, while the void touched made their characteristic whistle-hiss sound of derision. "Their most popular pieces," Kethvar continued, playing a snippet of a human rock ballad, "consist of repetitive emotional outbursts set to crude percussion. They claim it inspires them, gives them strength. How absurd." Captain Sarah Chen sat in the human delegation section, her jaw clenched. As humanity's military liaison to the Council, she had endured 3 hours of this cultural dissection. The aliens had mocked human art, literature, and now music, the very soul of her species' expression. Furthermore, Kethvar droned on, humans use this music in their most sacred ceremonies, their celebrations, even claiming it affects their combat effectiveness. Such primitive thinking explains why they remain confined to their single-star system. That was the final straw. Captain Chen stood slowly, her uniform crisp despite the long session. Permission to address the council, Chairman Veltar. The ancient ethereal being that chaired the council regarded her with swirling energy patterns that indicated curiosity. "Granted, Captain Chen." "Honorable delegates," Sarah began, her voice carrying the trained authority of a seasoned officer. "You speak of our music as primitive noise. Perhaps a practical demonstration would better illustrate its true nature." Kethvar's mandibles clicked faster, the Zephyrian equivalent of nervous laughter. "Captain, surely you don't suggest—" "I suggest," Sarah interrupted, tapping her communication device, "that actions speak louder than words. Admiral Martinez, this is Captain Chen. Authorization Omega 77. Please implement protocol harmony." A new voice crackled through the chamber's speakers. Gruff, seasoned, unmistakably human. "Understood, Captain. All ships, this is Admiral Martinez aboard the UES Defiance. We have multiple Zephyrian war fleets approaching Sector 7. They've been harassing our supply convoys for weeks." The council erupted in confusion. Kethvar's mandibles went rigid. "What is the meaning of this?" "Live feed from our border patrol," Sarah explained calmly. "The Zephyrians have been testing our defenses while Ambassador Kethvar kept us busy here with cultural criticisms." On the main display, space unfolded before them. 3 massive Zephyrian dreadnoughts emerged from hyperspace, their crystalline hulls gleaming like deadly jewels. They dwarfed the single human vessel that moved to intercept them, the UES Defiance, a scarred veteran of humanity's first interstellar conflicts. "Attention human vessel," came the transmission from the lead Zephyrian ship. "You are outnumbered 3 to 1. Surrender immediately." Admiral Martinez's voice came back steady and calm. "Negative. This is our space. You will withdraw immediately. Your primitive vessel cannot hope to match our firepower. We have studied your combat techniques. You have no tactical advantage." Sarah watched Kethvar's face as understanding dawned. This wasn't just a border skirmish, it was a coordinated attack, timed to coincide with the council session. "Admiral," Sarah said into her communicator, her voice carrying across the silent chamber, "permission to show these delegates what human music really means to us." "Granted, Captain." "All hands, this is Admiral Martinez. We're outnumbered but not outmatched. Today we show them what humanity sounds like when it fights. Cue the music." What happened next would be remembered in galactic military academies for centuries. The opening notes of the battle hymn of the Republic thundered from the Defiance's speakers, but it wasn't just any recording. Every human crew member aboard, all 800 souls, sang in perfect unison, their voices carried across space on open frequencies. "Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord." The effect was immediate and terrifying. The human warship's engines flared brighter, as if the crew's unified voice somehow fed power directly into the ship's systems. The Defiance accelerated beyond its theoretical maximum velocity, closing the distance to the Zephyrian fleet with impossible speed. In the council chambers, 46 alien species watched in stunned silence as the humans demonstrated something beyond their comprehension. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. The Defiance opened fire, its weapons synchronized to the rhythm of the ancient hymn. Each salvo struck with devastating precision, the crew's collective voice somehow coordinating their actions with supernatural efficiency. Kethavar watched his empire's finest ship struggle against a single human vessel. The Zephyrian fleet's formations crumbled as the Defiance weaved between their attacks like a dancer, every movement timed to the music thundering from its hull. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. The first Zephyrian dreadnought exploded, its crystalline hull shattering like a broken symphony. The remaining ships tried to retreat, but the human vessel pursued relentlessly, its crew's voices growing stronger, more unified with each verse. His truth is marching on. As the final Zephyrian ship limped away in defeat, the council chambers remained absolutely silent. The demonstration was over, but its impact would reshape galactic politics forever. Captain Sarah Chen stood before the assembled delegates, her voice quiet but carrying clearly in the stunned silence. Honorable members of the council, you asked about human music. What you just witnessed is what happens when 800 souls become one voice, one purpose, one unstoppable force. We don't just listen to music, we become it. She paused, looking directly at Kethvar. Our music doesn't just inspire us, Ambassador. It transforms us into something greater than the sum of our parts. When humans sing together, we don't just make noise, we make miracles. Chairman Veltar's energy patterns swirled in what the ethereals expressed as profound respect. Captain Chen, humanity's petition for full council membership and expanded territorial rights is hereby approved by emergency vote. As the session adjourned and delegates filed out in subdued conversation, Kethavar approached Sarah. His mandibles clicked slowly, the Zephyrian gesture of acknowledgement between equals. Captain, he said quietly, perhaps we have much to learn about the power of primitive noise. Sarah smiled. Ambassador, that wasn't even our best song.